What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. Well, I should have known this one was going to come. As soon as Jason Blaha put something out that people don't like, they immediately come to me and say, Jerry, what is your take on this? What do you think about what Jason's saying? Now, I actually had people come up to me at FitCon and say they actually like the interactions Jason and I have because we go back and forth, but we don't argue. We tell our points, we tell why we think the way we do, and if we disagree, we agree to disagree, period. That's how it works. Now, I think that this should happen more in the YouTube community, but I think that people get pissed off and egos get in the way and they get blasted and name calling starts and some bullshit just usually pops off to where it becomes not an intelligent conversation, not a discussion. It just becomes a war between whose channel is better than whose and who has the better way. I mean, even me and Durian Rider, I don't know what the fuck a durian is. Anyways, Durian Rider, although I kind of make fun of him a little bit, and he kind of pokes at me and calls me Jez or whatever the fuck it was. I mean, it's still good fun. If I saw the guy face to face, I shake his hand and fucking give him a pat in the back and laugh. It's all in good fun. It hasn't been offensive yet. So anyways, Jason says that he would be okay with all supplements becoming illegal because all the bullshit that is out there, your gains wouldn't hurt at all. I strongly disagree, and you guys know I do. That's why you come to me and ask me to make this video. Now, I agree that, let's see, steroids are probably, maybe 50 to 80% more effective than supplements are. However, not everybody wants to take drugs, and Jason's very okay with taking gear. He's fine with that. He's okay with being enhanced. He's made his decision, and he's cool with that. Bottom line is, not everybody wants to be like that. So you take supplements off the market, and you now have nowhere to turn but a black market full of drugs, which not everybody wants to be involved in that shady shit. Now, not only that, but you're going to drive some of these supplements to be actually made and put out on the underground. So now you have supplements that really aren't fucking controlled, really aren't natural, really aren't made in fucking clean places, just like the fucking bunk shit that's out there. All why? Because they don't want to leave it on the market because creatine may be bad? Okay. Second of all, Jason says, well, if you didn't fucking, if you lost all your supplements, it wouldn't hurt any of your gains. Now, Jason, let's be honest. When's the last time you supplemented up without any drugs or even on top of your drugs and saw what they could do? I'm sure it's been years and years and years because you have this whole, well, it's scientific and science this and there's no studies that, really? Well, there's no studies really that say that fucking Trenbolone does this, that, and the other thing. There's no studies really that say that fucking Anadrol makes you stronger, but we know it does. Let's face facts. Nobody said that, hey, let's see the increase in Anadrol. Let's see the increase in strength based on the Anadrol. They used it for like red blood cell count, repairing tissue, all kinds of other shit. But we use it for something else. We know it works, even though there's no technical studies done that shows that stuff like Anadrol builds strength, which is what you use it for. Interesting, right? So as a byproduct of you saying you don't trust the supplements because the studies are not there and studies this, there's not one study ever done on how much strength increases come from Anadrol or placebo. Although you probably use it for strength, or you at least agree that Anadrol is one of the big strength drugs. Interesting, right? I'd say that the reason why Jason feels this way, that your gains, and I honestly believe wholeheartedly in my heart, and I'm looking at you in the eye, Jason, that if you use supplements, check this out, my eye trick. Cool, right? If you use supplements, you would actually get better gains. You would have more gains than you normally get. Even if it's 1 to 2%, it's still more. But the bottom line is you don't feel like you need it. You're like, no, fuck it. Why? If someone is such an elite athlete, would you not want every edge? You're like, no, save your money. And I'm like, well, those people that really want to get to the top are not concerned with money. Those people are concerned with getting to the top. And that costs money, and any fucking little edge, supplement-wise or otherwise, is worth it. So there's different ways to look at it. And I feel like if supplements get pulled off the market, that's a sad fucking day for a lot of people out there who don't want to fucking do drugs. I mean, let's face facts. Not everybody wants to stick a, you talk about, well, why don't you just go get some IGF instead of using BioGrow? Because people don't want to stick fucking needles in their body all the time. Some people don't want to be a fucking pincushion. Some people don't want to go that far. They want to stir something up and drink it. And if it works 20% fucking out of, instead of 100%, so be it. They're saving themselves fucking being poked over and over again. I think that once you've been involved in the gear, you get desensitized to it and accustomed to it. You forget what it was like before. You forget what it was like before you actually took that first shot and felt the pain and had to go through all the bullshit that you go through, blood work, all this crazy shit to make sure that you're not going to fucking kill yourself. you know, dealing with shady characters on the fucking black market, dealing with products that may be fucking contaminated. You forget about all this shit because it becomes normal. And you just assume that everybody would fucking do it if they, you know, if they had the chance to. And that's just not a fact. So, excuse me, my take on it is, I hope that supplements don't get taken off the market. I hope that supplements continue to be out there, because no matter who you are, I don't give a fuck who you are, somebody somewhere needs a supplement for something. Period. It doesn't matter whether it's fucking health, muscle growth, fat loss, whatever the fuck is going on. Supplements exist for a reason, and I do believe they're needed. And what do I believe that? Why do I believe that on? Not a fucking study. Not based on something fucking some doctor told me, but shit that I have seen, watching it applied over and over again for 20 years since I worked at Daniel Chapter 1. And that was not bodybuilding stuff. That was health-related issues. Health-related stuff. Stuff that I saw people be able to get off medications and get on certain herbal supplements and do better. So you can't say that they fucking don't work. They work. Bottom line is, you just don't like the way they work because you'd rather do something like gear that works faster and works better. But not everybody's like that. That's just my take on it. No offense to Jason. Of course, I know he's going to watch this and not take any offense to it because he knows I'm not trying to offend him. And what I'll do is send him a private message like I always do and be like, hey, I'm putting up a video. This is the situation. Da, 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 da. That's how people do it that respect each other. BioStraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biostraining.com is the blog, and where this is the hope that supplements don't come off the market bicep, that skin is still staying fucking thin. Woo, and we're out.